I need $10 million. Cool, you got it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are live. I don't know why Ben is playing, because we are live. Another episode,
And
Eagles Elite.
direct.
You about to see a magical change real quick because I hit that button a little fast, but it's all good because I can fix it. You know what I'm saying? There we go. So tonight, you see your boy Cool McCain. I'm joined by Mr. Benny Boom. Me and Benny
West
are
Philly finest.
squad, and should be a good time. So things we're gonna talk about. We're gonna hit training camp, update on injuries. The big things everybody want to talk about. What happened today, in joint practice with Arthur Judas and the Patriots. Milton Williams is also over there, another ex-Eagle. We'll talk a little bit about what's going to be shaking for our next matchup. Things we saw that we liked, things we saw we didn't like. We'll cover the new releases for the NFL Top 100, and a couple more things. But the important thing, we're getting closer and closer
And closer.
to the regular season for 2026. Go Birds. But before we get that,
Go Birds.
you know what we got to do. We got to get things just a little bit more juicy, a little bit more hype, a little bit more ready to go. And I think I know a pretty good way to do that. All right. So for a moment, your boy's by itself. Here go Benny back in the scene. Soon as I thought Benny was back, but I think Benny's having a little technical difficulty, but that's all good because your boy here, and we're gonna make some things shake. So Little G Griffith says, I go to the Phillies game on September 7th. Well, Little G, that's cool, but I'm not a Phillies fan, just the Eagles fan. So I don't really care about them. And then he says, I did 18 years in Special Olympics. That's cool, Little G. And then Little G also says, my cousin Alex's birthday is August 28th. Happy early birthday to Alex, Little G's cousin. Little G and Benny are also Phillies fans. I'm a Braves fan, so I care nothing about your Phillies. Be gone with
It's okay. It's okay.
There's
We're
that.
4 games behind.
Yeah. It is what it is.
It is what it is. It ain't over until it's over. This ain't baseball talk. This is football talk, brother.
You don't want to talk about how far y'all behind. I ain't saying nothing about. I just said I'm a Braves fan. What's going on
I
with
know
the Phillies?
you are, brother.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. I ain't saying nothing else. I just said I'm a Braves fan. I don't care nothing about the Phillies. You want to talk about how many games behind the stuff you are? That wasn't me, sir.
Anyway, we have some. I'm not going to do the whole list of the injuries. I'm just going to tell you the main people that is about to come back, which is Smitty and Lemon. Lemon was what you call it? Limited. He was limited to practice, so he was doing some sprints, some route running. He may not was a part of the
Lemonade bag.
No, he's not coming. I say he's limited. I say coming back. He's not going to be playing no time soon.
Lemon may
There's
not
a big difference.
I just want to I just want to say, go ahead and say this. If we were expecting a big output from Makai Lemon for the first 4 so games of the season, we're going to be
Don't
disappointed.
think no.
If you can't practice and you can't get your hammy straight before the season starts, you can't learn the stuff you need to learn. You can't run the routes. You can't run the routes. You're not going to be ready to play. You're going to have to play with your quarterback. So Lemon may be a late season surge edition, but we better be focusing on Wicks, Cooper, Smitty, and the guys that are able to play that should be. Lemon, I think once he gets this hamstring, whatever issue it is, straight, I think he'll be a big part, but he ain't back yet.
Not right now. He's not right. But I mean, I can dig how the Eagles is doing this, especially hearing about what happened with the guy from New Orleans.
I have no idea what you're talking about, sir.
You know, the wide receiver from New Orleans, he came back too quickly from a hamstring. Every hamstring injury is not the same.
Right.
But I get it. You know,
He's
there's
not
no rush for them. I mean, we lost. And that's why I'm glad we still got Darius Cooper.
Should be happy that we have Darius Cooper anyway, sir, because at the end of the day, if we keep 5, 6 receivers, let's say we keep 6, all 6 of these dudes need to be able to contribute. Now that we're down one of our big 2 from last year, there's a lot of yards out there to be had by other guys. So we need everybody to be able to make plays. And I think that's something that we haven't really had. We haven't had a receiving core.
Wow.
We go 5, 6 deep, and everybody can make plays.
Wouldn't that be something, though?
Big plays last year, but other than Dotson, Smitty, and the trader, who else was really doing anything in the passing game as a wide receiver? We did have some tight ends. Dallas Goedert had a really good season, but I'm just saying, like, from pass catching wide receivers, and wide receivers really didn't have a lot else. So we need the depth this year. That's that thing we're gonna need to have.
Right. Right.
You know, just a little tangent, my first tangent. And my guy Rod in the building. What up, Rod?
So Rod.
Go ahead, Benny.
So I mean, I like the way that if he's not ready, he's not ready. But I wouldn't rush him back anyway. But it was just good to know that he's making leeway to making himself available soon. At least he's not going to be on the pup list. If he ain't going to be on that pup list where where he got to really, really miss 4 games. But I get it.
We don't know yet, though.
Don't rush him.
That's an assumption. We don't know that yet because it depends on if they think he's going to be able to. If he's not, if they don't think he's going to be ready, they're going to put him on the pup list because that's an extra roster spot.
Right.
The wide receiver keep. So
Jonathan Bernard, Bernard is making headway, as they was talking about. We still don't know if he's going to be ready. If he's going to be ready for week 1 or no later than week 2. But they hoping for week 1.
Rod, I got a question for you, Benny.
That's what
He said Jonathan Ogden or Lane Johnson. I know who you picking.
Yeah. Whoo! Damn. I love Jonathan Ogden, man. I ain't gonna hold you. But I gotta go with Lane because that's my man. But I love me some Jonathan Ogden.
You know what I'm saying? That's my man.
Man. Yeah, that was whoever. Oh my God! Why was somebody asking me that question? It's just like somebody asking me, what's his name? Orlando Pace and Lane Johnson, even though they play different positions.
So, maybe not the best comparison, but
or Jason Peters or Lane Johnson.
Still not the same technically because they're on different sides.
Damn, Jonathan, yo, man, that was my man. That was my man. If I was playing fantasy football when he was playing, he will always start for me. Always. He had a good run. He had a good run.
All right, sir. We back to Eagles now. We threw the Jonathan Ogden side
Yeah.
track. All right.
Yes. Yes.
What else you got for injuries?
I said it about Jonathan Grenard, right? You heard that part,
Yeah,
right?
I saw I caught part of Vic's interview, and he was saying that Grenard's a ways away from being ready. Which I'm not surprised, because when you do some of that pec, it's kind of rough.
Yeah, that's a rough. I don't know the degree of that injury, but I had a slight pec pull one time. It wasn't no tear. I pulled it, and it took me a minute to get back. And I'm not a football player, so it took me a minute to be 100%. So if we can get, if he's another one, I'm hoping that won't be on that pup list. And even if he is, I wonder who's going to step up and be the backup, or what's his name? Somebody got to step up. Next man up. That next man mentality got to be up. Can we survive without him? Of course, because we did it without him for the last 2 years, and he wasn't on the squad. But with all the money that we invest in him, definitely don't rush him back either.
So, in case you're not aware, sir, Grenard's backup is Nolan Smith Jr., who has been playing exceptionally well.
Exactly. He's definitely got to step up.
He's been stepping up, sir. He should be in your list of players that have been playing very well, because he has definitely been stepping up. Jeremiah
And
Trout
I love
Jr.
me some Nolan Smith. I love me some Nolan
I'm
Smith.
a little worried about some different things, but we'll get to those. And when we get to those,
right,
we'll
get to it.
Yes, sir.
Mm.
Any other injuries, sir? Would like to speak on?
That's it. I'm just worrying about those three main people: Smitty, Bernard, and Lemon.
All right.
Most everybody that's on that injury list, you don't know. I don't think they're gonna make the team anyway.
Well, see, I've heard a lot of people say that. Here'd be my counter argument. If you look at the current Philadelphia Eagles roster, there's a lot of openings. There's a lot of holes, right? So just because we don't know the name now doesn't mean we won't know the name when they get the opportunity they're going to have to get. Because even if you look at linebackers, right? Once you get past the names, Jonathan Grenard, Nolan Smith, Zach Bond, Jahad Campbell, Jalix Hunt, Jeremiah Trout, Smell London. There's going to be at least 6 linebackers kept, more than likely. So we're going to get one guy that we really don't know, at least one. Maybe like an AJ Epinesa, Chance Campbell, who knows? You look at cornerback. Once you get past Tariq Woolen, Quinyon Mitchell, and Cooper DeJean, we looking at dudes that Jonathan Jones, Michael Carter II, who didn't even play last year, Andre Sam. They're safeties now. Keely Ringo, Mac Williams. Like, these are guys that same thing as safety. Michael Carter Jr., Andre Sam. These are guys that we don't even we don't have the same level of confidence that we had a year ago, right? Like
Right.
safety right now, Marcus Epps, Andrew Makuba. Marcus Epps is undersized. Andrew Makuba got hurt, friendly fire, but he was playing solid until then. Him and Cooper DeJean were getting burnt quite a bit, double teaming people, double coverage of people, but he was playing pretty decent. Jahad Campbell. I'm gonna wait because I got some words on Jahad, and they're not a lot of them are not for Jahad because there's one way that you make a guy better. And correct me if I'm wrong, Benny, but he plays, right? In order to get better, you got to get on the field.
Exactly.
So just a tiny sneak
Throw him in the fire
of what I got to say about that. Yeah, we're gonna get to that. All right. Your thoughts from the Baltimore Ravens preseason game. And your thoughts include, I'd also like to include in that, after your thoughts, players that you think showed themselves great or positively in that game, and players who did not look that good that played. Now, I want to preface this by saying, understand, guys, our starters, even the guys that don't know what they're doing, a lot of them didn't play. So we're talking about backups and backups and backups that played most of the game.
Okay. I'm going to start with the offensive line. And you already know that I'm not a big Miami Hurricane fan, but that Markel Bell boy, he's better than I thought he was. He was taking on.
That's why Carson Dick, non-athletic Con Potts, had 5 minutes to throw last year. One of the reasons why.
Right, and I see that now. I really see that now. And he went up against the Ravens. I think he was their number one pick last year or 2 years ago. He kept throwing that boy in the dirt. Between him and Willie Lampkin, I get the Willie. But Markel Bell, he is better than advertised.
There's some future talent on this roster. As guys leave,
man,
they're bringing in some guys that can play.
I love his technique. Cool. I love his hand placement. I love how his hand placement is. And the way he kicks back. Give him some time, he's going to be the Black Lane Johnson. Give him some time, he's going to be the Black Lane Johnson. Now I see why Lane says that, give him all the praise that he gave him. And for Willie, for him to be 5'11", what makes him so special? And you and I can relate to this because we love this type of. Yes. His feet never stop moving.
His motor.
And he know how to get the right type of leverage because of his wrestling background. Now I see why a lot of Rams fans was mad when we picked them up when they placed them on waivers or whatever they did. I think he was on waivers and we snatched them up. Then I see why they was upset. I can say the second team backup of that offensive line played pretty well. Now defense, and I'm always going to give him, not because I love his dad, but I knew he was ready. Every year he gets better and better. And when you are a son of a player of Jeremiah Childers' caliber, and you got your dad in your ear all the time, there's no other choice but to get better. Him and his brother. he he's learning how to wrap up when he goes in for the tackle when he get in that backfield. That was one thing that that was hurting him last year. He'd get back there, but he wasn't wrapping up. So I saw him got better on that. Stop. What I didn't like, what's his name, Eli Stowers. I don't know what they got to do with this guy, but they need to. Somebody need to really teach him how to block. Teach him how to block because that first penalty, that holding penalty, that hurt it. Thank God it's preseason. If it was a regular season game, I'd have been pissed. But he didn't do too bad. What I like about what I didn't like are quarterbacks, man. Oh, for somebody who's been on this team, I understand it's a new system and everything. And if you look at it, what's his name? Andy Dalton. He's been around, and I thought he would come out and command the second team. He didn't command the second team. I don't know if it was.
Think that? Have you not watched Andy Dalton the
Because
last couple of years?
everywhere he went,
I know he hadn't been. I know he hadn't been on
but
the
still,
Eagles, but you hadn't been paying attention.
I've been
That's all
paying
he's
attention.
doing.
But God, darn, you playing against second teams. His arm is
He
done.
has.
I mean, he can throw
His
short
arm is
passes,
done.
can he? We ain't asking him to throw. I ain't asking him to throw deep. Throw deep
What do
like
you
he
think?
used to AJ Green.
You think he can throw short passes? You saw him play. Do you think he can throw short passes?
He can do a swing pass. Yeah, he couldn't do that. He
So
couldn't
what
do
does it tell you?
that.
The man's arm is gone.
You
You
know he
can't
ain't
command
making the
nothing
team.
without.
He don't make the team. Even Tanner McKee
If
wasn't
he
doing
makes the
too
team,
well. And his Tanner McKee, I don't think he can. He's a quarterback that can play under center. He's more of a because he don't have the footwork to be a quarterback under center. I think he's better in shotgun because by his height,
so if you don't have the
get the ball
if you
one,
don't have
two,
the
three,
foot,
five.
so if you don't have the footwork, what is it that you should be working on?
His footwork, and that's where that's when the coaching staff needs to work with them on that.
So if you're
Like
working on your footwork in your first preseason game, how are you going to look?
shitty,
If you right,
shitty. That's why
I
I said.
think
That's why I said
fans.
it.
I think fans. We have to put things in perspective. Andy Dalton, his arm is done. Like he may make the team, but his arm is done. He probably. I might be able to throw the ball further than Andy Dalton right now. Right, that man's arm just ain't what it needs to be. He's older. He's got a lot of wear and tear on it. Um, he's gotten to a level where the Carolina Panthers let him go. Carolina Panthers didn't even want him as their backup, and they mock him all the
I
time.
don't think they let him
And
go. I think they kicked him out.
well, let him go. Same. I mean,
I think they
things
kicked
they
him
did
out
not
the
want to
house.
hear. Well, then he ended up in Philly, and fans somehow thought he was going to come to Philly and be something different than what he was at the end in Carolina.
Right.
I just don't think he has enough. I mean, I think he has the mind. Like, I think he would be a great guy to go into coaching when his career's over. I just don't feel like he's really got the arm anymore. And if you don't have the
Well,
arm, ain't much you can do.
you know, his knowledge of the game is still there. His it's just his the wear and tear just took a toll.
Yeah,
I can see him, being being a quarterback coach one day,
he might
if
be an
that,
OC.
if that,
He done played a lot more than our
that
OC.
too. Yes, he did. They used to call him the Red Rifle. But overall, I mean, for the first preseason game, I saw some good things. I saw some bad things. I love the way the offensive line blocked for Tank. And like I said, it wasn't for a certain holding call. You know, we couldn't move we wasn't moving the chains at first. But that's a lot to it. First preseason game. I did like the way the plays was getting called in. They was getting to the line. They was hiking the ball and still have enough time to hike the ball. So I give kudos to Sean Mannion on that. Um, hopefully this week will be
So,
better, a
so
little better.
you giving Sean
Hopefully,
Mannion kudos for them hiking the ball on time. I ain't messing with you, Penny.
no,
Penny, man.
for him, no, for getting the place in on time. He was getting the place in on time. Just for him to call his first game. I mean, he still got some ways to go, but for him getting the plays in on time, and these are backups. So I really would like to see how things would be when he has the starters in
Rod asked the
there.
easiest question. Touchdown, D-Jax or Smitty. Smitty all day. Route running is excellent.
Smitty,
Still got the speed.
route,
That's Smitty all day.
Smitty, of course, because Smitty is a route running technician. Djax is just a deep threat with speed.
He says Orlando Pace or Lane
We
Johnson.
already went through that.
No, I just
Lane
wanted to make sure
Johnson.
the people. Yep.
But other than all, it could have been better. It wasn't better, but it could have been worse.
I want to take a few minutes to talk
First
about the
preseason
secondary.
game.
I just want to take 2 minutes to talk about the secondary. The secondary concerns me dramatically. I feel like the secondary has to do a better job of just keeping up with people, understanding what they're supposed to do and processing. I feel like when I look at Keely Ringo, it still feels like he doesn't process what to do. Like he may or may not know what to do. I can't argue that because I ain't in his mind. It's not processing. He looks bad when he plays. And with the lack of defensive back depth that we now have, because guys have left, guys have retired, guys have moved on to other places, that secondary is concerning to a degree. And not just because of the
Very
preseason
concerning.
game, but just looking at the depth chart. Like I was saying a few minutes ago, there's not a lot of guys that are back from the previous season. I mean, they got Michael Carter III, and he playing safety, and he's not looking great at safety because he doesn't know how to play safety right now. He's learning. So we've got a patchwork safety and DB room right now. That's that defensive secondary. Right now, it doesn't look great. Now, the good thing about it is there's time to go get guys. Guys that may have retired, may want to come back and just be some depth. Guys that may get cut by other teams, things like that. So there's still guys out there. But looking at what we have right now, if we were going into with what we have right now at safety and corner, and that's it, there would be a level of concern that I would have for sure. Let's hope that we can address some of those issues or get some of those guys better prepared by the time the season starts. I really feel like it's going to have to be making a move, at least bringing in some depth. Like I said, even Rick Woolen hasn't looked fantastic. He hasn't looked bad, but he hasn't looked fantastic. He's gotten beat. He's been between the preseason game and OTAs and training camp and joint practices, the joint practice today. He hasn't looked fantastic. He's been beat some too. So some things going on there. Rod says we need to call D Slake. I ain't gonna argue. Then he says Ringo makes everybody look like Jerry Rice. Laugh out loud. Hey, if there's one Philadelphia,
I'm with
I'm
you.
not going to defend. His name is Keely Ringo. So
I agree with you on that one.
there's definitely that.
He would make me look like Jerry Rice.
Yeah.
He'll make me look like Jerry Rice, and I haven't played football since the '90s.
I just need guys who can play. Jacorian Bennett supposed to be a good pickup. He's behind Jonathan Jones on the depth chart in left corner.
Right?
And right. Keely Ringo is the backup. Then we got some dude named Ambry Thomas, and then Sean Wade. We got Tariq.
Never heard of.
Who I have heard of. It's a combination of stepping up or stepping out of the way. And I think is what we need in the corner and safety rooms. So I'm expecting some things to get better, but just giving you opinions on, what we've seen so far. What we've seen so far, especially at corner, behind our starters, is not giving me a lot of confidence at this moment. But again, it's still early. I'm not writing them off. I'm not saying we're going to be horrible. It's still early, but we can only go on what they're showing us. So from what they're showing us, we got some work to do. Definitely got
a lot of work to do.
All right. And, so go ahead.
I totally agree with you. There's some work needs to be done. Maybe we can make some moves, or hopefully there might be some corners out there that's going to get cut from another team. Maybe we can, I don't know. But I don't want to think about it. But we do need some insurance policy behind our corners. We really do. Oh, shit. It's hot. What's next?
All right, so we're going to now switch gears here, and we're going to go over some of the top 100, what we have now. So last week, I believe we left off at 35, if I remember correctly. And 35 was Jared Verse from Cleveland. He's up 18 spots, and that's where we left off. So, getting back into it, number 34, down 33 spots. Our guy, Shayshawn Barkley. And that's a fair drop, honestly. Based on how he played last year, based on the year before, that's a fair drop.
Yeah. Hopefully he'll move up this year. I don't know. I ain't gonna say he's gonna move up back to the number one. At least try to get back in the top 20. I'll be happy with that.
right, Jared Goff down 18 spots, number 33. Another quarterback ranked over QB1. At 32, up 6 spots, Nick Bonito from the Denver Broncos. At number 31, up 48 spots, Rain Dakota Prescott. Ain't much to say about none of those guys. All right, and then let's get to the good stuff. Number 30. And the water, y'all. Throat a little parched. At number 30, we have Aiden Hutchinson from the Detroit Lions. Good player. Solid guy. At number 29, a Rhino, Jalen Carter, up 14 spots. To be at 29 with two bad shoulders and not even putting in the effort that you were last year because you couldn't, only played in 11 games. That tells you that people have a high respect for him. Not most of the other guys, but for him. You want to add anything to that, Benny?
Yeah, I give it to the young fella. You know, having that respect from your peers, it carries it says a lot about you as a player. I can only imagine if his shoulders wasn't bad last year, what he could have did for us. But it's only one thing that messed us up is the first getting kicked out of the game, tossed from the game before you even take a snap. That hurt it. But I think he's geared up to prove himself with that new contract. He's back to being that wrecking ball that came into the league. So I'm expecting big things from him this year, and I think he's going to move up. I expect for him to be in the top 20 as well next year.
All right, number 28, up 56 spots. New England Patriots cornerback Christian Gonzalez. Big move. He earned it. Ain't really nothing else to say about that one.
Yes, he did.
And then Devin Lloyd for the Carolina Panthers, a linebacker. He went from unranked to 27. So says a lot about his impact as well. Devin Achane, of course, injured the year before last. So unranked. He's 26, the running back from the Miami Dolphins. He's definitely their best player at this point. Everybody else gone. At number 25, down 7 spots, cornerback Derek Stingley Jr. from Houston. And then number 24, down 2 spots, Max Crosby, the defensive end that was almost a Raven. A lot of people say he was almost an Eagle. So we'll see. At number 23, up 2 spots, Daniil Hunter, defensive end for Houston Texans. He's a dog. Down 2 spots from last year, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Detroit Lions wide receiver at 22. And then up 51 freaking spots, your Super Bowl winning quarterback, Sam Darnold, Seahawks quarterback. So Sam made a big jump.
Damn.
Win the Super Bowl,
Sam.
do it for you. Win the Super Bowl, do it for you. All right, now we're sliding into the top 20. See who we got. So at 20, up 69 spots. James Cook, Buffalo Bills running back. I mean, we had a lot of people slide, so somebody got to move up after all these slides. 17 game season, played well. Yeah. This next one right here, I had this gentleman on fantasy last year, and I want y'all to know this is not his fault at all. But Justin Jefferson is down 10 spots to 19. Justin Jefferson, I'm sorry, bro. You ain't had no help last year, bro. Down
It
13
was that
spots from
quarterback
last
play.
year. That's why I say he had no help. Patrick Mahomes is 18th now, down 13 spots. From not ranked to 17, Indianapolis coach running back Jonathan Taylor does it again. Played in all 17 games. Down 12 spots, Jamar Chase, Cincinnati Bengals running back, wide receiver. Same issue. Joe Burrow got hurt. He didn't look as good. Number 15, down 8 spots from last year. Derrick Henry, Ravens running back. Played in all 17 games. Got over 2,000. Got over 1,500 yards rushing. But, I mean, so a lot of people might argue, oh, he's so high, blah, blah, blah. I mean, the guy still played good, right? He didn't have the kind of season he had the year before, but he still had 307 attempts.
Right.
On 72 games, had 5.5, over 5 yards a carry. This dude, he's a different breed of human being, Derrick Henry. That's all I can really say.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
That's all I can really say.
Yes, he is.
He's just a different breed of human being.
And he's from Alabama.
He is. Alabama got lucky. You got about 2 running backs that actually made it in the NFL. That's why y'all have to keep talking about Derrick Henry, even though he hasn't been playing a million years. Because where are your other guys at? They be good for about 3 years and be gone.
Hey.
You're not talking about Derrick Henry.
I know.
That's all you got.
I know.
The only time y'all, yeah, he's from Alabama. The only time y'all got that. Other than
That's
that,
the only one that really made it.
Other than that, Alabama in the NFL, it running back.
Oh, wait a minute.
Wait. Rod says Sean Wade played in New England in 2021 through 2023. Okay.
He did. I like what he did last week, but keep going.
All right. So, yeah, Wade is like the 4th string corner. So, yeah, 21 to 23. If I remember, the Patriots weren't that good on defense, and if he didn't even stick there, it says a lot. All right, Benny, what's your current biggest camp battle?
I want to say safety spot between Mike and Epps. They've been battling kind of well.
Who?
I still believe that. What's his name?
Oh, Michael Carter and Marcus Epps.
Michael Carter and Mike and Epps. They've been battling. They've been really battling it out. That's my biggest. I ain't see too many on the offensive side of the ball. Because everybody is not there. So, I picked the safety because that's my main concern. That's my main concern.
I'm gonna go to the constant battle. Wide receiver. Who's out? Wicks has played his way, in my opinion. Smith, we know, was in. He was grandfathered in. Lemma's the 1st round pick. He's going to make it. So are we keeping 5 wide receivers? Are we keeping 6? Are we keeping 7? Like, how many are we keeping? Because once you get past those 3, I think the second best receiver through camp, and obviously Devontae Smith hasn't really played, has been Darius Cooper. Him and Dontavius Wicks have been lighting it up.
Yep.
Hollywood Brown has been rather mundane. Elijah Moore's had some good and some bad moments. Johnny Wilson's looked pretty good. Still got Brady Covey there, and you got some young guys. So I'm not even saying Quez Watkins because he better be a camp body. So are we keeping 6? And if so, who's that 6? Are we keeping 5? Like, we're probably going to keep at least 6, especially with Lemon being hurt because he might start the season on unable to perform list. We'll see where he ends up at, what list he ends up on. If he ends up on this, he might be able to get back and at least get reps and get in the game a little bit. We'll see. But if I was to pick a battle besides the wide receiver, I would go to tight end. Because tight end is interesting. You got Dallas Goedert, you got Johnny Munton, who's been the second best tight end, hands down, the best blocking tight end, even over Dallas Goedert. Then you got the rookie Eli Stowers, right? Then you got Cameron Latou. I think Latou is the one who also plays some fullback.
Yeah.
You've got Grant Calcaterra still out there. You've got EJ Jenkins. So you've got a plethora of guys, and we're only keeping 2 to 3 of these guys. And I mean, you're looking at Stowers again. He seems to need some time to develop, but you draft him with your second pick, right? So you got to think if it's down to it, you're going to keep the guy you drafted as your second pick because you're expecting him to be the future if he's not the present. Maybe they can get Johnny Munton to play some fullback, and that'll solve 2 problems. Just throwing it out there. But I think the tight end is a tight battle too. I think tight end and wide receiver are really your main battles, right? Dameon Pierce seems to be the only guy that could even challenge Will Shipley for the 3rd running back spot. But the tight end room, he's got a lot of names that we know and have done some things with the Eagles or other places. So it'll be interesting to see how that also pans out as far as battles go.
Let me ask you something. What's your take on EJ Jenkins?
There's a reason why he's last on the depth chart. That's my take on EJ Jenkins.
Why he's not developed?
Some guys develop, some guys don't. Development is not all on coaches. I'm trying to make sure I say this correctly because I don't want anybody to take this the wrong way. I feel like coaches are a part of a player's development, but it's also on you and what you do.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Jenkins just maybe doesn't have a dog. You got to have a dog to really progress in the NFL. You got to have a dog. And Jenkins just might not have a dog, bro. If you don't have a dog, you don't have it. There's no way to make the dog come out there.
Because I see it. I just wanted your take because I didn't want to, rub nobody the wrong way or anything. I don't think he has it in him. I don't know why they keep him around. That's a waste of roster spot. Maybe he's a camp body, and they're gonna put him back on, keep him back on the practice squad. And for him to be on something must be wrong if nobody ain't snatch him up off our practice squad. He's a big body, but it's like he takes too many plays off. To me, he just takes too many plays off. He's lazy. So I get it when you say the tight end, and I see why, and I see why he's on the last on the depth chart.
If you play last, you are last. That's my interpretation of the situation.
I hear you, brother. I hear you.
All right, so we got a game coming up this week. What would you like to see, Benny?
I would like to see the offensive line, grow together as a even more as a unit. I would like to see the passing game get better. Um, of course, score some damn points. Uh, I would love for my damn defense. I would love the corners to show me that they really want us to be here. They really want a job, or they understand the concept of what Vic is laying out there. I need those corners to play. I'm not worried about my linebackers because my linebackers are playing the way they're supposed to play. Um, I want to see the vanilla gorilla take another step. He did good last week. I would love to see him take another step.
You might want
Don't
to let the
slack
people know
off
who
just
that is.
because he had a good game last week. Oh, what's his name? God darn, I forgot his name. I just call him the vanilla gorilla, number 95. Everybody should know that. No, the Nebraska boy. I ain't too keen on Big Ten players, but I would love to see more. I would love to see more
He's talking about Ty
discipline
Robinson.
of my defense.
He's talking
Ty
about Ty
Robinson.
Robinson.
Goddamn. Um, I would just love to see more discipline when it comes to the defense.
The Vanilla Gorilla. Oh boy. So for the remainder of the preseason, there's a couple of things I want to see. But for this specific week coming up, what I would like to see is the starters get some time and actually play. It Hurts, he threw some interceptions in the thing today, and his counterpart Drake May would have got blasted a few times if it was actual gameplay. But of course, you can't do that in the preseason. You can't actually hit the quarterback in practice. Heaven forbid you give him what he's going to get all season. Why would you want to do that? So, just want to see the starters get out there and get some reps, especially the defense, and see what we have from the top down. Right? Because the thing is, if we don't have what we need from the starters, or we're not getting what we need from the starters, we're not going to get things from anybody else. And this past week, we obviously didn't see anything from the starters, so we didn't see anything that they could bring. And we need to see what we have. We need to see them all together doing what they do and making it do what it do. So let's see. Who are we playing this week? I forgot.
We got New England.
Obviously, we're playing New England. Goofy. Yeah, I'm sitting here like, wait, who are we playing this? So it'll be good because we'll have seen them in practice. They'll have seen us a couple of times by the time we play. So it'll just be a fact of getting things together. We'll actually get to hit them. We'll actually get to make some things happen. So I'm curious and interested to see how that's going to play itself out. I want to see how, obviously, the safety group, the whole defensive backfield, honestly, how they play together, how the starters play, how they pass people off, how they recognize and read, who's going to emerge as the captain of the defense. With Grenard possibly not even being ready by the start of the season, I think we have to have the guys that are playing have to be able to get it together and become a cohesive unit. Offensively, I need my starters out there. I need them to have some positive plays. I've had arguments, conversations, disputes, a little bit of everything about Jalen Hurts, how he plays, what he does, the stats versus impact on the game. I'll say this should be a year of stats and impact, right? This should be a year of both. We should be able to spread the ball around. We should have our best group of wide receivers we've had in a while. And the way our defensive backfield is playing, we're going to have to score a lot of points to stay in games. So it should be a good opportunity for us to see what we got from Hurts. I don't think we're going to have as bad of a year as we had out of Saquon last year, but I don't believe we're going to have all pro, all time season either. So it's going to be on that whole offense. But I need to see them play. I need to see the starters out there doing what they do. I need that. I need to trust that they're going to go out there and do what needs to be done. And we need to start that in preseason. And I know nobody wants to play their starters because it's scared people going to get hurt. But guess what happens if they don't play in the preseason? They get in the regular season and get hurt. That's what happens.
All the time.
Yes, I mean, I'm not saying that for a whole half, but we at least need to see them for the whole quarter. We need multiple drives from the offense and the defense. Minimum.
And this will be the game to do it. This will be the game to do it. I would love to see my defense out there for my first string defense out there for a couple of drives.
Yeah, this is the second preseason game, so if you don't play them now, when are you gonna play them? Because you're not gonna play them in the third one. And we only got 3 now. We got that regular season finale that's supposed to be a regular season game, but only 4 of the games matter, maybe 6 at the most. Yeah, that's what I want to see, man. I just want to see the stars goddamn play. I want to see the backups with more passion, and I want to see guys owning their spot. I want to see dudes hungry to have a spot. I don't feel like we've had enough of guys out there playing like they want a spot on the team. Maybe it's not that they don't want a spot. Maybe it's that they're a little scared, whatever. But I just want to see guys get out there and make some things happen. So that's what your boy want to see.
I want to see somebody hit somebody so hard, snot bubbles coming out their nose. Sorry, I'm a defensive guy. I love defense. I like hitting people.
It's always a little guy who want to hit somebody.
That's right. That's right. I was a short, nasty high school Andre Waters.
All right, sir. Any other thoughts about the Eagles?
Just can't wait till the season starts, man. I've been sitting around waiting. Man, it's here. Let's get it. I'm ready to see what this offense really looks like, and I'm really anticipating this offensive line opening up some holes for Saquon and Tank. I want to see them run the ball down people's throat.
Okay. So shout out to the Diva, shout out to Key, who weren't able to be on with us tonight. Shout out to everybody watching in the chat. If you hopped on during the show, just do us a favor. Go back, run all the way back, like Jay Uso say, from the beginning. Check us out. Of course, you'll see us every week between now and once the Eagles are eliminated from the playoffs or win another Super Bowl. For Benny Boom, it's your boy Cool McCain. Another episode, Eagles Elite Podcast. We will be back in the building next week. Make sure you hop in with us. Hey, feel free to hop in the comments, give us your opinions. Whether you agree with us or disagree with us, it's all good. And always remember, it's never where you start, people. It's always where you finish. And we all have those friends who struggle a little bit. Make sure you reach out. Make sure they're good. That being said, we're out.
Exactly.
We'll
Go Birds.
Go Birds.
Time to go to bed.